Our protagonist is a Padawan named Sean.
Ni hao to all of our Star Wars fans in China. I'm so pleased to share with you that the first Star Wars web fiction, Star Wars: The Vow of Silver Dawn, will premiere on the China Literature app. We're joining forces with China Literature to tell stories within the Star Wars galaxy.
What's up, all my Ewoks, Tribbles, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and once again, I'm going to be talking about the Chinese-only Star Wars. So, from that little clip in the beginning, that gave you a little bit of background, I've done 2 videos on this already. If you want, you can go check them out. So this was my video about the announcement about the Chinese-only Star Wars story, and then my analysis of Chapter 1. Well, I just read my analysis, or, I read Chapter 2, and now I'm going to give you another analysis on it. But for those of you that missed it and you just want a short recap, so, because we have the High Republic in America and in other countries, Disney and Lucasfilm decided they wanted to do some kind of exclusivity deal with China and do a story only for people in China, and it's only going to be in Chinese. And so that story is, this is the main character of that story, and this is a Jedi Padawan named Sean. And in the first chapter, which somebody was kind enough to, go over and translate to English, because there are people in the world that can speak and read both English and Chinese. And so they were kind enough to go and, translate the first chapter. They did say in the beginning that they didn't know if they would be able to translate the entire book because it is long, like super long, according to them. So, so far they've only translated Chapter 1 and 2. In Chapter 1, it introduces Sean's master and this whole planet, which is, it's in a section of the Star Wars galaxy where only a certain type of humans are, which is kind of the theme in the Chinese-only Star Wars, is that it takes place in the section of the Star Wars galaxy where there's going to be aliens that we've recognized in Star Wars, but then all of the humans are going to be of a certain ethnic background. And so Sean and his master are on this planet, and the leader of this planet is this guy named Jamie Brawson, and he's supposed to be like the bestest ever and like the nicest ever and the humblest ever. Turns out he's actually a super big weirdo dude that lies and deals with all of like the bad things and the bad guys. He's basically a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? And so they're kind of Skype hologram calling with a Corran. This Corran used to be like the head of intelligence on this planet, and they're kind of trying to get all of the dirt on Jamie, so that way they can take him to trial and prove that he's a bad guy. And so that that's what happened in the first chapter. And then, of course, Sean is the bestest of bestest ever, and he was out doing retcon. So what Chapter 2 starts off by saying is how basically the Corran was in charge of this for years. And so Jamie has this secret mansion where he does all of his bad, evil, illegal shit. So the Corran has been trying to find this mansion for years and could never find it. But Sean, the bestest ever, was able to find it because what Sean did, and I kid you not, oh yeah, by the way, Sean can barely use the Force. He's going to be the lead Jedi, in this. Little Miss Sean, he's got the exact opposite problem of Rey. Rey is super overpowered. Rey is the bestest ever. Rey can learn everything without any training. Sean is the opposite. Sean can barely use the Force. He's not strong in the Force at all, so Sean has to do other things. Now, they have not talked about his lightsaber yet, so I don't know about his lightsaber skills, but basically Sean is the equivalent detective that Batman is. Sean is the bestest detective ever, and Sean did what no other, recon agent or, you know, secret agent could do, which not only did Sean find the mansion, but Sean has all of the information that they basically need on the mansion and infiltrating it and finding out that Jamie, you know, the big bad of the planet that is pretending to be a good guy, he is going to have a banquet in like 5 days where he has all of like the top bad guys and the crime bosses come to his secret mansion, and they're going to have like this banquet. So the reason why Jamie found this out is because he ran into the baker at this mansion, and what he did was he followed him because I guess the baker at the mansion gambled and likes to drink and all of that. And so Sean followed him around and he gambled with him, and he got the recipe, I kid you not, to make a 7-layered Kashikian cake. And so now that he can make this cake better than the original baker can, he is going to get a job at the mansion, and basically Jamie is not going to need the actual baker at his mansion. So he's going to hire the 17-year-old kid to come be his baker because, as you all know, the second that you find recipes for something, you automatically become the best at it, because a recipe is the only thing that you need to be a good baker. So by that logic, Jamie is the bestest ever at making this cake, even though it is not specified if he has any experience baking, but he has the recipe. So he's going to be the bestest ever at baking this cake, which is going to get him this job so he can infiltrate this mansion that the bad guy is. And he's going to go to this banquet and get all the information on the bad guys and on the crime. So that way they can get Jamie into trial on Coruscant, and they can basically show that he's a bad guy. They haven't explained why this is important or why they need to prove that Jamie is a bad guy, even though basically, I mean, at this point I would think you would want to pay attention to Coruscant, because there's like every politician is basically twisted in some way. Heck, even Obi-Wan Kenobi warned Anakin about this, like never trust a politician. But for whatever reason, they have this hard-on for, you know, getting Jamie kicked out, because Jamie is the worstest ever, even though it's like, you do realize you have, like, the Hutts running, like, a portion. Well, I don't know, because this is the Chinese version of Star Wars, but throughout all of Star Wars, the Hutts have controlled, you know, a large section of space, and, but they gotta focus on Jamie, because apparently he's the worstest ever. But Jamie, again, is a wolf in sheep's clothing, and he puts on that he is the biggest bad, or the biggest nice guy ever, and that everybody loves him. They even specify that he pretends like he only spends like 5,000 credits a year, even though he's got this top secret mansion. And then they start talking, because the Corrin is like super embarrassed, because he's like, this 17-year-old kid did everything. Oh, like, see, you know, this is his little inner monologue. But, oh wait, no, this is different section. There's another one down here somewhere. It's somewhere in here. Basically, the Corrin is embarrassed because Jamie did what him and any of his minions weren't able to do in the matter of days. And so then Jamie's like, yo, I'm going to go infiltrate this party, this banquet, and he's going to try to get some, like, all of the information so that way he can, you know, take that to court and incriminate Jamie. And then the Corrin's like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's going to be traps. This is going to be a hardcore mission. Do you honestly think that they're going to let some newbie in there when they're having this big crime boss meeting? And apparently that's going to be completely fine. Jamie is going to have no problem with that, even though he is replacing a blue alien. He's replacing a mithril. So that's not going to be noticeable at all, is it? According to Jamie, not so much. So, and then, of course, you know, they have this little section where Jamie is transmitting all of these files to the Corrin, and he's complaining because it's taking too long, and basically Jamie just submits over all of these files and shit that the Corrin, again, wasn't able to get during all of his years of doing retcon. He wasn't able to do it, but Jamie, 17-year-old Jedi that basically can't use the Force, did in like the matter of days. So even though he's the exact opposite of Rey when it comes to powers, he is like Batman on steroids at Disneyland with Santa Claus. He's got the power of the mind and the investigation skills. So, yeah, that's basically how it ends, and basically, that, you know, Mr. Squawk, which is a great name for the Corrin, ha ha ha, you know, they're basically like, all right, ready, team, break, this is the mission, Jamie's gonna infiltrate, and, Mr., you know, Squawk is laughing because not only was he made a complete, you know, moron by this kid, but also they're going to do this mission and something is probably going to go wrong. But so this is the second chapter of, you know, the Disney, or the Chinese Disney only. So yeah, that's basically what happened in this chapter. It was really boring. The writing is not very creative, but then again, it might be something that's getting missed in translation because there might be a lot more meaning and symbolism between the way it is written in Chinese, and then it, you know, even the person obviously can read Chinese. To get it to make sense to somebody that's reading it in English, it might not translate very well, so I'm not going to be too hard on, you know, the format of the writing, but it wasn't a fun read. It was very dry. The points that are supposed to hit comedically or intensely did not. And I just think it's weird that they have, you know, the leader of their book, or, you know, the main character, the main protagonist of their book is a Jedi Knight, or a Jedi Padawan, excuse me, that barely has any Force abilities and can't really use the Force. So it's the opposite of Rey again, but yeah, he basically is Batman on steroids as far as his investigation skills. But anyways, everyone, let me know what you thought about this chapter and, you know, this video in the comment section. This next chapter has not been translated yet, so I don't know how soon I'll be able to, you know, do another breakdown and analysis of chapter 3, but I know we're all on the edge of our seats to see what happens. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new here, take a minute, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, smack the like button, and until next time, everyone, have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and may the Force be with you, because we are really, 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 really gonna need it. Bye, everyone. What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and I have an Etsy store, so if you've ever wanted to own a print of my artwork, this is the place to go. As you can see, I have a lot of recognizable characters, from horror films to heroes to Star Wars characters. Some of the notable characters I have on here are Darth Vader, which I did a couple live streams painting, so you can own a print of this painting. I also have Luke Skywalker, the Binary Sunset version, one of my favorite scenes in the original New Hope movie. I have Darth Maul, which Ray Parks himself actually complimented me on Instagram. And then last but certainly not least, Ahsoka Tano. So if you want to own any of these prints, go right on over to my Etsy store. Again, that's the art of Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. What's up, everyone? I have a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.